right, let's hit the field.
All rise.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It is Wednesday, September 25th, and the Yankees were taking on the Orioles in Game 2 of a 3-game set. And yeah, we should probably just pretend this one never happened. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Welcome to the New York City.
Pinstripe Territory.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
It's a real face-palm kind of game. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Yankees made a late rally tonight, capped off by a 3-run home run in the bottom of the ninth for Aaron Judge, home run number 57 on the year, homered in 4 straight, but they could not finish the job. We'll talk about the reasons why they lost tonight in just a minute. First of all, thank you to all of those of you who tuned in for the Buster Olney interview this morning. Considering the outcome of today's game, that was definitely the high point of my day. High point of Robert's day, too.
Yeah, Derek, Robert. Just listening to your conversation with Buster Olney, I agree with what he said about. Now I can't remember what the hell I want to say. With what he said as far as Judge not. Damn it. Yeah, forget it. I'll call you back when I get my head on straight.
Call of the century. We're going to mix in some voicemails tonight. We might even have a rant or two, because this was an embarrassing performance by the Yankees on a night where they could have clinched. I mean, this starting pitcher, Zach Eflin, walked 5 guys. He tried to give it to us. The Yankees knocked him out in the 5th inning. But unfortunately, there were a lot of things that went wrong. Another very tough night in the outfield for Jason Dominguez. And you guys know that I say this sincerely because you guys know I'm a big Jason Dominguez fan. And I've been a big advocate of him getting called up, and I'm a big fan of his offense. Not a major league outfielder. That ball had a 95% catch probability. He overran it. It's about the 3rd or 4th time that's happened. And at this point, you just cannot consider his defense to be major league caliber. I'm sorry. He needs reps, but unfortunately, there's not enough time. You know, the reps should have come weeks and weeks ago. 3 plays now with a 90+% catch probability that he is completely whiffed on. It pains me to say this because I love the kid's potential. I love his patient at bats, but he's just not ready defensively. 100%. Frankie Baseball with the tweet of the night, he wrote that Jason Jones would have caught that. More on that ridiculous take in a minute. A lot of ugly baseball tonight from the Yankees, no doubt about it. Both on the mound and in the field. We had some really bad at-bats from Jazz Chisholm, from Giancarlo Stanton, swinging at all sorts of pitches. All sorts of pitches. They weren't thinking, hey, here comes a fastball inside, or here comes, a breaking ball low and away. They were just thinking, I'm going to swing at whatever comes up here. If it's a baseball, I'm swinging at it. If it's round, I'm swinging at it. You could have thrown, a ping pong ball up there. They would have swung at it. I'm going to mix in some voicemails.
Hey, Derek. This is Joe from Connecticut. This is exactly why you can't trust this team and you can't trust Boone. Kobe Bryant always had the expression and always said, the job's not finished until it's finished. I mean, I know they have a huge lead here, but the job's not done. They came out these last 2 days, and they just look like they're playing with their heads up their butts. I mean, I just don't get it. Thanks.
Great call. And that brings us to the first ever rant cam. This team seems to be under the mistaken idea that they have this thing wrapped up, or that they're going to cakewalk to the best record in the league or the division championship. And because they've lost their edge and they've lost their focus, they're making too many defensive mistakes. They're making too many base running mistakes. They're throwing too many pitches right down the middle, too many pop-outs trying to hit home runs in situations where contact or a line drive or a base hit will do. You got Volpe almost killing the mayor's kid with a throw into the second row. We got Dominguez looking like he's never played outfield before. We got Jazz Chisholm and Giancarlo Stanton literally swinging at pitches, at their face or at their feet. No strike zone discipline whatsoever. No situational approach, whether there's people on base or not. We got guys not bunting in obvious bunting situations yesterday. We got Stroman throwing every other pitch right down the chute. We got Gleyber Torres doing his best Ruben Rivera impression yesterday on the bases. What was that about? As my friend Clint Pasillas would say, our pets' heads are falling off. Can we please, for the sake of the fans who pay ridiculous prices to watch this team and who have 19 different apps and streaming services to watch this crap every night, can we please, for their sake, show up ready to compete tomorrow? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Garrett Cole versus Corbin Burns tomorrow, and someone told me that we're facing Paul Skeens on Friday night. I checked and it still said to be determined. So if you lose tomorrow, you're at risk of losing another one. That would be 4 straight. Because Paul Skeens is pretty much unhittable. At a time when you should be wrapping up home field advantage. Guardians won again today too, meaning the Yankees' lead for home field is down to 1 game. Time to get your act together. All right, the reason that we had to deal with Marcus Stroman tonight was because Nestor Cortez is out for a flexor strain, and I think the reaction to his injury has been somewhat muted in Yankee circles, and I'm not sure why, because he's been so good lately. He's been so big for this team this year. He posts, and his versatility made him a potentially humongous weapon in the playoffs. A huge chess piece. I don't expect him back this season. They say he's going to be shut down 7 to 10 days, and then they'll have to ramp him back up. But oftentimes, a flexor strain is the precursor to Tommy John surgery. So they're going to be careful with him, and they should be. And Nestor should be careful. You don't want to miss a whole season. And how effective can he be pitching with a strained flexor in a couple of weeks? Awful, awful news that I think kind of rolled over people's focus today, and I don't think it got enough attention. That is a huge loss for the Yankees in a day full of huge losses. Marcus Stroman was on the mound for the first time in a while, and he pitched like it. 6 hits in a row to begin the game, although that does include the Jason Dominguez play that should have been made in left field. 10 hits he gave up today, and 6 runs. Just a miserable, awful, no good, very bad performance.
How you doing, Derek? This is Tony from the Bronx. I respect Marcus Stroman. I think he's a good pitcher, but this guy doesn't have a fastball. The Yankees cannot put this guy in any situation during the postseason. They cannot use this guy for any kind of tough matchup. He is not going to come through for us. He has no fastball. He just throws junk pitches. I don't see this guy being a starting pitcher for this postseason. What are your thoughts, man? Peace.
I like how you said he's a great pitcher, then you stopped yourself and said, a good pitcher. I agree with everything you said. The only reason he started tonight is because Nestor's arm fell off. But I think this might be the last start he makes for the Yankees this year. Thank God. One other topic we got to talk about, and that's the worst take in internet history, about Jason Jones, or Jason Dominguez, the take heard round the world. And the only reason I'm addressing it is because I saw fans of other teams commenting on it. And it's clear to me that it made the Yankees fans look bad in general. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with this topic and with what Frankie was talking about with Jason Jones, someone who's a former collaborator on this show had one of the worst takes of all time on Twitter. He said that if Jason Dominguez's last name was Jones, he would have been starting yesterday. And this assertion implies some kind of a racist motivation for the Yankees' decision to start Verdugo over him. And such a claim is not only unfounded, but it's misguided, because Verdugo himself is of Mexican descent. As content creators, we have to keep an eye out on social media for things that do well. park him in our brain for something that comes up later. And last year, Volpe was struggling. And there was a tweet from somebody, I can't recall who it was, that said, from a marketing standpoint, that if Anthony Volpe's last name was De Los Santos, he would have been sent to the minor leagues. And it blew up on social media. And what they were implying was that because of the fact that he's a local Italian kid, it made sense for the Yankees to try and ride it out with him for the local marketing revenue alone. And that made sense, at least. Might be wrong, but it made logical sense. My theory is that this individual, who I'm not going to mention because he's had a tough enough day as it is, remembered the Volpe tweet and tried to somehow repackage it for clicks. And for reasons unknown, he decided to attribute to the Yankees some kind of racist, nefarious motives. And the problem with that is that it made no sense. And beyond being incredibly stupid, it's just bad in general to accuse anyone or any organization of racism when those accusations are completely unfounded. And it's, quite frankly, irresponsible. I don't think he had bad intentions. I think he was trying to get clicks. But, my personal philosophy is to never assign malice when stupidity would suffice. But nonetheless, I felt compelled to react to it because of the way Yankees fans were being treated online because of this. And what's funny is that the Yankees actually do have a prospect with the last name Jones, who plays the outfield, and he wasn't promoted this year, despite being a first-round draft pick and having tons of hype surrounding him. So no, I don't think Jason Dominguez would have been playing yesterday, or playing more than he had been, if his last name was Jones. I think the reason he hasn't been playing is what we saw tonight and what we've seen a lot recently. Not a major league caliber defensive outfielder. So listen, guys, the internet's a swamp, and Twitter/X is essentially the public urinal of the town square. So take what you read with a grain of salt. And here is a quick word from our sponsor tonight, and then we'll be back with the recap. I'm not going to name who said this. It's easy to find. You can find it on social media, and I'm sure the chat will help you out. I love a great deal, but I'm not going to run sprints in the outfield just to save a few bucks. It's got to be easy. With Mint Mobile, it really is that easy to get wireless for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. The best part? Purchase and activation are super simple. Honestly, the longest part of the whole process is waiting on hold while you break up with your old provider. Just go to mintmobile.com/territory. Right now, all of their 3-month plans are only $15 a month, and that includes the unlimited plan. And all of their plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. You can even use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your current number along with all your contacts. So, if you want to get this new customer offer and your first 3 months of premium wireless for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/territory. That's mintmobile.com/territory. Cut your wireless bill down to just $15 a month with Mint Mobile. Upfront $45 payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers only. Speed may slow after 40 gigabytes on the unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
All right, so tough first inning for the Yankees. 3 runs right out of the gate for the O's. Stroman was getting beat like a piñata. And Anthony Volpe was about 3 inches too short to make a couple of plays. And then Jason Dominguez let another catchable fly ball drop in the outfield. Like I said, Dominguez just needs to improve defensively, period. Reps are what he needs, but at this point, you can't have him on the playoff roster. He hasn't done enough offensively, hasn't done enough defensively. If the playoffs started tomorrow, he's not on my roster. I'm sorry. Yankees immediately put 2 runners on in the first inning, but Wells bounced into an inning-ending double play. The Yankees did finally get on the board in the second. Eflin was walking the ballpark. He was walking everybody. Finally made a mistake to Volpe. Volpe picked up an RBI single. 60 RBIs now for Volpe on the season. Stroman got knocked out of the game in the 4th inning. 6 runs allowed. Clayton Beeter came in and threw some gas on the fire. And before you knew it, the score was 8-run. Frankie Baseball says 3 inches too short. I've heard that before. Yikes, Frankie. Yikes. Yeah, you're getting booed for that. Yankees did make things mildly interesting in the 5th. Soto went deep for home run number 41. Yankees loaded the bases, but when the rally was over, it was still 8-3. Jazz Chisholm struck out to end the, or maybe popped. I don't remember. Who cares? Dominguez beat out a ground ball to first base in the 6th inning. Good hustle, good speed. Down 5 runs. You like that he's busting it. Too bad he can't catch a routine fly ball. And then the Yankees did put up 4 runs in the 9th inning. Big 3-run home run from Aaron Judge, number 57 on the season. He's hitting .324. He was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. He now has 142 RBIs on the season. Been a long time since somebody drove in 140. But the Orioles hang on to win.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. If you ain't first, you're last.
Tough night. Got to win tomorrow. You got Garrett Cole on the mound. He's supposed to be your ace. And we need an ace-like performance. We need another outing like he had in Oakland where, you know, he quite frankly should have thrown a no-hitter. We get that guy tomorrow, I think we're going to be okay. But Corbin Burns is no joke. And it's not going to be easy. And the standings are tightening up a little bit for the home field advantage. Yankees now 92-66. Guardians 92-67. So 1 loss in the loss column. 1 game. Orioles 4 back. Look. Yankees are going to win 1 more game this season, I think. So I'm not worried about the division at this point. It's a good thing that they built that lead because the Orioles are getting healthy and they're waking up at the right time. Tigers are on fire. Take a look at some of the games tonight. So we got the, Phillies beat the Cubs. Astros lost to the Mariners, 8-1. Padres and Dodgers, that's a good series, 1-1. See, the Padres turned a triple play to end the game last night. Tigers won again. They are on fire. Pirates beat the Brewers. Red Sox eliminated. Nats they lost 3-0 to the Royals. White Sox finally won. They won yesterday, too, so stuck at 120 losses. I think they're closing in on the record. But tough night to be a Yankee fan. Let's take some final comments here. Dee's channel says, does Derek have me blocked? I don't have you blocked. I just don't read every single comment. There's hundreds and hundreds of comments, and if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to deliver a podcast, so I can't see everything. So if I don't respond, it doesn't mean you're blocked. It just means I didn't see it. I did see some super chats came in. I saw you said Stroh or Jason for the belt, which there is no belt when we lose. And then you said, left a super chat trying to help with your Con Ed bill. I actually have Duke Energy, which is, they're notorious for dumping ash in the river. So I got that to look forward to when I drink. So I don't have you blocked. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate it. Anyway, James G says, a lot of fake rallies in the 9th this year. Tonight would qualify. You know, we've got some guys that have really slowed down. Wells hasn't done anything offensively in a while. Jazz Chisholm has completely fallen off a cliff. Giancarlo hasn't done much. You know, Volpe, it looked like he was going to come out of it for a minute, but he fell apart. Well, he did have a base hit tonight, I guess. I guess we can't hold tonight against him. And, you know, just not looking real sharp offensively right now. Referee says the Yankees will lose the first round in the ALDS. I hope not, man. I hope not. Let's not put that out there in the universe, Ricky Bobby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night. Obviously, a disgusting performance from the Yankees. Let's hope we come back and get them tomorrow. Call into the voicemail show. We'll do a voicemail show if we get some good calls tomorrow. And if you didn't check it out, go check out that Buster Olney interview from this morning. He talks a little bit about the Rookie of the Year voting. He thinks Colton Cowser's going to win. He talks a little bit about where he thinks Juan Soto's going to end up. So give that a watch. It was a really fun experience talking to somebody I've been watching on TV and reading for a long time. So give that a look, and I'll see you next time.
Ball game over.
If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.